Hello everyone, and welcome to the ALR Champions Cup Draft Lottery Night. So if you guys don't know, the Champions Cup is exactly like the Nations Cup in its, as a base, but the difference is that the captains get to pick their own teams. So instead of teams being assigned by nation or any other system, captains get to choose their teammates, but we do need to decide in what order captains are going to be doing their picks. So today we're doing the draft lottery. So all the captains, we have 12 of them, have been assigned a certain percentage, a certain pick that they should get based on their elo, but obviously these picks are not guaranteed. So today we're going to go through a whole process, basically drawing their picks. And I'm not alone today. I'm with one and only Mr. Pyro himself.
Hey, hello. It's gonna be a fun time. This, isn't it? Is it the last time CMP got first? Am I right? He was pretty.
Yes. Speaking of that, that is not gonna happen again. So, if I am correct, yes, on the right side of the screen, you guys should be able to see the projected picks. And if you look closely, there is a line separating 8th and 7th pick and 4th and 3rd pick. That is because we have introduced groups in order to protect slower captains from falling down the order. So basically, the captains are going to get their picks drawn within their group. So as you can see, the lower group, from Matty all the way back to myself, that means that the highest pick the captains within that group can get is 8th. So, for example, I can jump up to 11th or 10th, but I'm absolutely guaranteed to not go higher than 8th. And mainly this idea was introduced in order to protect the guys like the top 3, for example. So yes, they can move between each other, but they're not going to fall below 3rd, which is, the main idea of the slowest captains picking higher, but we do still have, this element of randomness to go through. And another important difference from the last time that we did that is that we're starting from the back. So in order to create more of an excitement, we're going to be starting with the lowest pick, so with the pick number 12. That is why you can see that the team that's projected the 12th pick has the biggest chunk of the wheel occupied, because we're going from the bottom all the way to the top. So you want to actually, if you are a captain, you want to have the tiniest percentage of your name, of your team being picked right now, because this is going to be the lowest pick. Simple as that.
Yeah. You don't want to be 12. In this group, you want to be 8. That's just how it's going to work. And I saw Ross in the chat. We promised not to allow Tier 1 pair drivers to get the first pick this time. Yeah, that's basically the gist of things.
Well, technically, they are getting the first pick, but, it's still going to be last pick. So all I'm hoping here is that my team is not going to get drawn right now. So this is my only hope.
Just a small amount of OBB on the wheel. However, good luck with that.
Just a casual 70% or so. By the way, real quick, if you guys watching this live, this will be available later on as a VOD on YouTube. But if you are watching it right now, you can gamble, and for legal reasons, this is not an actual gamble. It's just made up internet coins that you can put in the prediction of what team is going to get the 12th pick. You guys have about 3 minutes left on this prediction. Before we spin the wheel for the first pick. Let me see. There is already 3,100 coins in the pool. And do you want to guess, Pyro, who's leading in terms of bets? Who did people bet on the most for the number 12 pick?
I mean, I definitely didn't just go and put the bet on myself, so I had to avoid question. But quite frankly, if you're going against you, if they're going against you, I'd be very surprised, because in terms of the amount of wheel, you can just look at the screen, look at that wheel, and it is very likely you're sitting 12th.
Well, out of 3,100 coins, 2.4 thousand are currently on cap.
Oh God,
the 10th best odds. As you can see, the caterpillar part of the wheel isn't that massive, but Well, it just changed. I just got 1.4k on myself, but it's still there's more on Cap than on myself or BX. And BX does have like a 14.5% chance of getting the 12th pick, which he's driving for 6th. So there is a bet on every single captain in this draw. And we're going to be doing a new prediction after every single run, so you guys can rebet your coins if you didn't lose everything, which Fancy, I think, is about to do.
Yeah, something tells me that Fancy putting all of his life saving on Cap is not the greatest of idea. However, didn't that happen last time?
It did.
Oh, am I misremembered?
And the funny thing is, when I was setting this all up on Sunday, and I just randomly spun the wheel just to see how it looks on the stream, Caterpillar did get the 12th pick, so Cap did get the 12th pick. So it is not impossible.
Jin said he doesn't see a place where you can bet coins.
It's in the chat in the bottom left. There should be like a yellow gold coin icon. And also Jin said, "Oh, you don't want to be picked early." Yes, because this time we're going from the bottom to the top. So we're starting with the 12th pick. So me having the biggest chunk of the wheel is actually bad for me, because that means I have the highest chance of getting the lowest pick.
Yeah. And all of this based off of an elo that Ross did, so this is Ross's fault.
Yes. Yeah. And there's like one quick disclaimer for pick number 3. So Danger is projected the pick number 3 because he hasn't raced in like a billion years. I had to do some investigative work and dissect what kind of elo he should get. So that's very speculative, but it still should be around the top 3 mark, and be fine.
Yeah. It should be pretty high in the 3. I think it would tier 4. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure BX will correct me if that's not the case.
Well, it's too late now anyway, so we're drawing it now. So if it's wrong, it's wrong. It doesn't matter. All right, with the prediction over, shall we spin the wheel for the number 12 pick?
Oh, then let's get this started.
Right,
who's getting number 12?
Shuffle the wheel a lot of times just so it's as fair as it can be. All right, the wheel is now shuffled. Let's get it. And roll. Now, while it's spinning, if it lands not on me, there will be so many rigged messages in the chat. I should probably just mute everyone.
It's going to go straight away. Everyone's just going to be absolutely rigged, just straight away.
It's slowing down.
Go on. Oh, it's slowing down. It's going.
Oh, it's not slowing down enough, though.
Oh, it's going to be Iggy.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
Okay, so we get the obvious outcome to start. I'll take my 1,000 coins, thank you.
All right. Let me remove all instances. There we go.
Boo, not rigged, how boring.
Okay, let me sort out the predictions.
Okay, so picking 12th in the first round. How do you feel about that?
It's kind of like a win-win situation because I was expecting myself to get the 12th pick, so because it happened, it's fine. But if it didn't happen, that would be a nice bonus. But it did happen, so it doesn't matter. I'm fine with that. I'm not fine with my elo still being insanely inflated after not racing for like 2 years. But it doesn't matter.
Oh god, it's well, should have tanked your rating. You said you were going.
Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, I remember too late.
Do it.
All right.
Oh my god, Otto is going to steal all our coins. Is he back at it again?
All right, there's the prediction up for 2 minutes for the 11th pick, which
I'm gonna be boring. I'm gonna be boring. I think it's gonna be 6th.
I think so too. Because it's a big chunk.
Yeah, I think it would be really, really funny. However, if it was English,
cosmetologist. Yes, my new favorite team.
If it was Matty, that's how I'm gonna say it now because I can't be asked figuring that out. But yeah, I want it to be Matty, but I don't think it will be. Also, I just asked you why are you the Austrian Federal Railways?
Well, because why not? Why not? I needed a team that only I would want to be, so nobody would steal the team name. So I picked the thing that only I would know.
Pick up Austrian rail infrastructure.
We out here, we represent. There are currently 3,500 coins on Matty landing the 11th pick, so dropping from 8th to 11th. And 2.9 thousand on BX on 6.
I think it would be really, really, really funny if Matty ended up getting this pick. I don't know who the hell he would actually go for when it comes to the draft. Which, for reference to the people who are currently watching, and most people I believe are involved in this game in the draft later on, we are aiming. We're waiting on one person getting back to us, but we are aiming for that draft to be next Friday, so the 26th of September, I believe the date is. Mm-hmm. I've done the maths. But yeah, we are aiming for next. We are aiming for next Friday, so you'll get a few more pings then.
Yeah. So before we spin the wheel for the 11th pick, there is. I just wanted to know something. If I remember the drivers pool correctly, not getting the 11th or 10th pick is very important because the amounts of tier 1 / eSports drivers is just not enough for the whole of the first round. So I'm definitely missing out on a tier 1 driver. But I think there should be enough for 9 or maybe 10. So not getting the 11th pick is very important right now because after that, you're not going to get a free choice of a driver, but you will get a decent driver, of some sort. So it is every single captain that is on the wheel right now are hoping to avoid getting the 11th pick right now.
Yeah. It's going to be... Millis, if the draft is next Friday, what are we doing today? So today we're sorting out the order for that draft. So this is... I don't know how... the best way of putting it is it's akin to the NBA lottery. If you want to go search that up, feel free. Where they do each team that didn't qualify for the playoffs has a certain percentage of getting the first pick, and they go backwards from 15 to first. That's what we're currently doing. So we're sorting out what order we're picking next Friday, and then we will go and draw the groups after that.
Yes. Right. Let us shuffle the wheel 1 billion times so nobody says that it's rigged. Alright, there we go, shuffled. And let's roll. I've got a feeling it's not going to be BX.
You're going to get rigged because you shuffled it so much it unshuffled it. Look at the amount of caterpillars altogether on the
no, it's getting close. It is getting close.
Is it going to be Caplaro?
Oh, it might be. Oh, it might be. Oh, Lord.
It's not that far away from Matty, by the way.
No,
that
it is close. It is
purple line.
Right. So Caterpillar and Caplaro pick number 11. So almost right off the bat, we do have the first mover. Unfortunately, mover down. Cap dropping from 10th to 11th.
Kepler is going to look at this and go, why me? That's both of these he's done, and he dropped where he shouldn't have been.
Yes.
Everyone's saying rigged because they lost their coin to Real Web BX. apart from Fancy, who, because,
Pick 12 also gets pick 13. No. So this time we decided not to flip the pick order. So if you're getting 12th pick, you're also getting 24th and 36th and maybe 48th, but that's not guaranteed. But yeah, so the order is going to be the same for the first round, second round, and so on.
Yeah, because we stumbled on that maybe two easy for the captain at the back to also get a couple of tier 1 drivers right at the end. End of the round and then beginning of the second round. So we are doing it standard draft order instead of a serpentine one where it snakes back and forth.
Yep.
So yeah, it's you're screwed if you pick 12, and you're not as screwed, but still screwed if you pick 11.
Miller's asking why aren't they the same size? If you may ask the stupid question, that is not a stupid question, and they are not the same size because each captain has a different skill level, so to speak. So you want, in order for the teams to be more or less balanced, excluding the captain's stupidity, you want the teams to be more or less balanced. So the slower captain will have to pick first in order to get the faster driver, and then the faster captains will pick later in order to get the slower drivers and balance the teams out that way. So that's why they're not the same. So each team has a different chance of getting the pick, just so the faster captains have a higher chance of getting the lower pick. So they pick after the slower captains.
Because to add on, why is Matty so small then? Because Matty's elo and on a Monday in particular is absolutely shocking. But also he's not. He's in and around the same kind of pace as the group that he's currently in. I mean, if there's anyone has the right to be moaning about where they're picked, how big they was, I think it's 70-odd% for 12 would well, it would be the first thing they could question that, I think. But
captains are driving. Yes, they're driving as well. It's just they have the privilege of picking their own teammates. Otherwise, they're not different to any other driver.
Yeah. All the captain, but by signing up for this event, you have signed up to drive in at least one of the races.
Yes.
during the tournament. So with that being said, that all the captains also have to do it as well. And there are only three slots left here because this is the first group, so to speak. Yes. So we split into 3 different groups based on skill level and the ability to make sure that the guy that should have number 1 pick doesn't end up at 12. Yes. So this group had 5 captains in it because they are all would be in and around tier 1 or at the top end of tier 1 if they actually drove normally and or drove at all. And then we go down. The next group has 4 people in it, and that's a bunch of tier 2 and tier 3 drivers who it includes myself. I'm not having the greatest of seasons, so my elo definitely wasn't tanked. And then the first group has tier 4 and tier 5 drivers in it, so they pick early. They, in theory, will then pick eSports guys, or they'll pick the high end of tier 1. So that way it all levels itself out.
Yes. So, with the next pick now on the clock, there is, by the way, 11.1 thousand coins riding on 6th, so BX getting the 10th pick. People are going to be losing a lot of coins if it's not BX. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we need it just to be in this group, Miller. So these guys, we're not that bothered if these guys move around, but it is supposed to be based on. Yes, he is ass.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
Yes, we are absolutely saying he's ass.
Right, let us spin. I'm actually going to shuffle it again.
What do you mean, when it's the lottery? Lottery's now.
Right, let's get it. Pick number 10. BX.
I wish that was actually true, Whack. No, I've just had the worst of worst seasons, to be honest with you. I'm ending up 7 here. Don't worry about it.
Oh, there is Cosmopolitan there. Oh, it is getting... Oh, no, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Go on.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Go on.
Is it gonna stop? Is it gonna stop? Is it gonna stop? No!
God damn it, Wheel! That is so close. That is so close.
It's an actual pixel of a color. Wow.
Well, we all want our coins back.
Wow.
Everyone almost went bankrupt. Yeah. Oh wow, Jesus! They got slightly big.
All right. BX 10th pick.
fairly even odds in the next two. Then.
Yeah, more or less. It's about, I'd say, 2 to 3.5 odds between CMP and Matty.
This is the real dopamine.
Okay, BX.
Wait, Iggy, you're not Austrian. No.
Start prediction. There we go. The new prediction is up.
Oh, CMP on Matty. Oh. This wheel seems to favour Matty a little bit.
It's been close. It's been close. You know, it's calling for it.
Which means I'm definitely getting this wrong now.
This is the real dopamine. Oh, love it.
As I say, this is going to take. We anticipate this is going to take probably about an hour or so.
Yeah.
At this point,
it just depends on how much we, ramble about this all. But it is fun to ramble about it all.
It's also fun to gamble.
These are the words that cannot go on the official ALR channel. For legal reasons, we do not condone gambling.
That is a joke. For legal reasons, that is a joke. I'm not having to put a bright yellow bar on the bottom. I'm not editing this. I'm not having anyone edit this to put the giant yellow bar at the bottom when it says when the fun stops, stop. Gamble away when the fun stops, stop. There you go. I wasn't the only one to make the joke.
The prediction is so closely split, by the way. It's 57 to 43%, with 57% going to CMP, obviously, with him having slightly bigger chances of getting the 9th pick. But it is 4.7 thousand on CMP, 3.6 thousand on Matty, 3.9 thousand now. 10
it's gonna be. It's gonna. Well, we have a mover. We had a mover up. We've already seen one. We might be able to see a second here. And obviously, BX moved up in the draft. Kepler moved down.
Yeah. And by the way, I didn't mention that, but BX moving up even one position is a complete disaster for me, by the way. Because he can still snipe one of those, later, somewhat slipping down Tier 1 drivers. I don't think there are going to be any left on the board after that.
I'm going to go take a very quick look at the draft, mock draft that I did that I sent you, and see how many we're actually looking at in terms of Tier 1 drivers, eSports drivers, and the like. If I can find my Google Sheets. Yes, I know it's in Google Sheets. Stop clowning me.
Everything is in Google Sheets. Google Sheets is the best.
Yeah, there's 11 Tier 1 / eSports drivers. The next one,
so
technically, if you want to count Eroticos, there is an entire round.
All right, Eroticos,
Tier 1 of eSports drivers.
Get ready. We going together. Unless somebody takes you earlier, I'm not saying you're gonna fall to 12, but
I have him at 14.
Right, let's get the picks number 9 and 8 sorted. Let's go shuffle this thing as much as I can. And let's roll. For pick number 9, and automatically pick number 8, but we are now deciding pick number 9.
Let's see, are we going to get another mover in this group? Matty in purple, CMP in white.
Nah, it's going to be CMP. Yeah,
it's
easy
still
CMP.
Moving. Yeah, it's still right on the mark.
Yeah.
Right on the name.
There we go. CMP
to sketch
staying.
his name.
Matty staying. So Cosmopolitan, Matty picking 8. CMP with sketches picking at 9. So far, the system is doing exactly what it needs to be doing. So we do have a few moves, well, one move currently. But by the most part, people are staying where they need to stay. Let me choose the prediction outcome, which was CMP. There we go. Choose.
Well, CMP won't get BX this time.
Oh yeah, thankfully. All right, let me start the prediction for the next one, and I'll give it 5 minutes because I need to open the new wheel setting. So there we have Gilles for Oreo, Deco for GoDaddy, Fancy Locks for MS Teams.
Let's go, MS Teams.
Yeah. And Pyro for Coca-Cola. There we go. I'm going to give it 5 minutes. And this is for pick number 7. But you guys wait a second. Do not vote just yet, because I need to open the new wheel so you can see the percentages. This is group 2 now. So, there we go. Once again, in case someone missed the whole explanation many times, the groups guarantee that the drivers are not going to fall out of or jump out of their group. So we are now deciding picks from 7th to 4th, and that means Pyro, for example, can fall to 7th but not lower. And same with Jill, he can jump up to 4th but not higher. This is in order to protect slower drivers.
It would be very much like my season right now if I somehow get landed on, even though you can barely see the size of my goddamn.
You can't even read it, I think. Yeah, it's just
you literally
red.
can't. I can't read that. You need to get proper glasses out, a magnifying glass or something to read the names on that.
Yeah. With Jill
there's also a third wheel.
Yeah.
For reference, there will be a third wheel as well that will have 3 names on it. And that'll be for 3, 2, and 1. But right now we're doing 7 through 4.
Yes.
And we just did 8 through 12.
And Jill is actually the unluckiest captain, if you want to say it like this, in this draft lottery, because he has the highest chance of getting the lowest pick, so even higher than I did for pick 12. Jill has currently a 76.6% chance of landing the 7th pick. But as we know, things have happened before.
They have, and the chat expects things to happen again, because Deco currently has a goddamn amount of coins
wow.
on him.
To be honest, he does have a 16.8% chance of getting the 7th pick, so it's not impossible. You getting the 7th pick, that is near on impossible, I would say.
Oh, trust me. Trust me, nothing's impossible. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. There are currently no bets on Fancy or you at all. Just 0. It's all... Oh, there we go. 10 coins on yourself. Did you just vote for yourself? Just in case.
I did not, but okay. I should have. I should have. Definitely should have. No, I went with the safe. Oh my god, that voice break. No, I went with a safe option.
That's fine.
I don't see past the probabilities are probability in today, so
true. With 2
I'm gonna
minutes
stick with
left,
it.
there is 3,000 now on Jill, 3,200 on Deco, and I think all coins on Deco are from Auto.
And apparently 3K of it is.
Yeah.
Please don't ever go all in me.
So while we're waiting for the prediction to end, according to your draft board, what kind of driver are we looking at for the 7th pick? Like 6th.
Based on just my mock draft that I picked up, 7th and 6th, we are looking roughly around your Kellens and your Alessandros
Oh, so
of the world.
strong. Very strong.
Whereas prior lower end of the round had drivers like Perry and Capel in that kind of list. So we will see how that all plays out. Obviously, that's what I think, and it is my own only my own opinion. And I did it in about 3 hours on the way back from Stoke. But we've seen captains make strange picks before.
Yeah, we've seen awful picks. So you
definitely not highlighting Sick Boy.
Right, 20 seconds left, and it's tied between Jill and Deco. Just over 1,000 for Fancy, and only 10 on you. So whoever bet 10 coins on you is gonna win some coins. if it's actually, they'll be very sad. I'm not gonna lie. Falling from 4th to 7th is a big deal.
It is. Yeah. Jill's asking, what is this hotel lobby music about?
This is Gran Turismo music. I don't know what you want about. It's the best kind of music you can have for the stream. All right, the predictions are in. I think it's time to spin the wheel for the 7th pick. Let us shuffle the wheel many times.
You literally can't even see mine. You can barely see mine and Fancy's.
All right, let's go. Pick number 7. Let's spin the wheel.
Just a casual entire half of the wheel, which is Oreo.
Yeah. Didn't shuffle well enough, clearly. It is going past. It might come back, but it is slowing down.
I like that.
But I think it will come back. Or will it, though?
I don't like that.
Or will it, though? Hold on.
I don't like that.
It is definitely not Oreo, but is it going to be Deco Pyros?
Stop, please. Stop.
Oh! Deco falling from 6th to 7th. Oh boy. That was close.
My heart almost sank all the way back into my chest for a second then. Jill did not getting pick 7 then. Somehow.
Yeah. Oh, look at these odds.
How lucky are you feeling today, Jill?
Okay, so this is the prediction for pick number 6 without Deco now. So only Jill, Fancy, and Pyro. This one's going to be for 2 minutes now. There we go. It is.
I don't know if it's 99%. The prediction might be 99%. Do they actually tell you what the percentages are at the moment?
It should. What is 15 times 6? 90. So it's 90% chance of Jill getting number 6 pick.
Damn. 90% chance of pick 6, eh?
Yeah. So Fancy has about a 6% chance of getting number 6 pick, and you have probably less than 4%.
I think for the first time you might actually... I don't know if you're able to actually see my name still.
Just a little bit.
I don't know if you...
There.
I was about to say, I don't know if you can see the Coca-Cola on the screen and the actual slivers that are mine. But yeah, I went the Coca-Cola one not only because I was late to the actual party and didn't realize when they was going out, but that's not the point. But because the Coca-Cola livery you made reminded me of the Alfa Romeo liveries.
Fair.
I was like, yep, I'll take that. I'm surprised no one went for it. I am actually surprised no one else went for it. It's a really nice livery.
Yeah, there were a couple of liveries that I expected to go earlier. FedEx was one of the last ones to be picked, and it's one of my favorite ones, so... I guess people have different tastes. There are currently 90%... 90% of predictions going towards Jill with 8,000, but there are still a few coins on you and Fancy.
Why did the predictions?
Yeah, they split exactly how the chances on the wheel. Yeah.
I was about to make the exact same point you were about to as well. Though.
Yeah.
That's. Can't tell whether that's actually coordinated or not. To be completely honest with you.
Right. Let's shuffle for pick number 6. There's no point in shuffling, it's still just Oreo all over the wheel. It's not really going to change much. All right, let's roll.
If this next one isn't Oreo, I will change my name to Gilly Willy on the Discord. Come on!
We heard that. We heard that. We all heard that.
Someone clip it!
Right. Oh, it's going
I'll take
towards...
being 6 if it's good. No, it's not. It's not. Go on. Oh, it might. It might.
It's going to stop, I think.
Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling.
No! It is Jill with Oreo jumping up 1 pick to 6th. There we go. But now, between you and Fancy, it's about 2 to 3 chances at the 5th pick. Let me choose the outcome, Jill. There we go. This is for pick number 5. Well, and 4, but the prediction is going to be for pick number 5. Without Jill now. Starts. There we go.
Jin finally won a prediction at what, like the 6th attempt?
Oh, love it.
Jill's saying he'll take that. Yeah, moving up a position in the draft is always a good thing.
Pick 6 is a good pick. There's still going to be plenty of drivers available at this point.
It's also later on into the rounds as well, where you get the actual drivers. You get the pick, the better end of tier 3, the better end of tier 2, and that kind of note as well. Like, it's not the be all end all, especially being in this middle pocket. Adds a certain.
Yeah, I think having the 6th pick in the first round, so that would be what, 18th in the second round. You should get like good tier 2 drivers still. I think, depending on who signed up, but it's still a very good picking position.
I would also like to
jumped up, so can't complain about that.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to point out there isn't whilst we are basing this completely on a theory of rational thought and the ability to tell who has pace and who doesn't. Not everyone has the same opinion. So you could just end up getting someone who flies completely under the radar.
Yes.
For the picks, because obviously you've got Fred, you've got Sappy, and you've got Danger to roll later on. So we'll see how that one kind of shakes out. It's also a very, very big question of how much scouting or how much work have the captains decided to put into picking their team. Yeah. Because I know there's a couple of us that have taken this seriously. As I said, I have a mock draft board already made up.
Yeah.
And I know that there's some that are just going to show up, rock up next Friday and go, whoever they're there. Yeah. So strategies abound.
Right.
At the moment.
Prediction is in. Let us shuffle the wheel. There is a very heavy skew towards Fancy getting the number 5 pick. And let me shuffle one more time. Oh no, that's a bad shuffle. This is a good shuffle. Let's go. That's it. It's rigged now.
I'm not bored.
Regardless of the outcome, it is rigged. Right. Fancy for MS Teams or Pyro for Coca-Cola. Oh lord. It's heading towards the red part.
Okay, I guess I'll take pick 5.
Yeah, I'm afraid that is pick 5. So Fancy jumping up to pick 4. There we go. Another one falling down. But again,
fucking damn it.
Not a disaster. Not a disaster. Could have been a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse when I was a pixel away from me at 7.
Yes, yeah, that was crazy. So, now we have Pyro for Coca-Cola at pick number 5 and Fancy Locks for MS Teams at pick number 4. Now, Moving on to group number, well, I call it group 1, but the final group in the draft lottery, which is the picks 3 to 1.
I absolutely love how the chat is now just piling on by celebrating my misery. God, even Miller's got it right. Like people like Spin and Whack, I kind of assumed they would because they know everything that goes on. If it's around me, it goes wrong. But oh God, even more people catching on.
And Young Sappy. So, for the top 3 picks, and by the way, these are guaranteed top 3 picks, so the drivers within those 3 picks can move between each other, but they are going to stay top 3. So this is a guaranteed, best position they could be in. Let's make it 5 minutes. This is for the 3rd pick, and in this draw for the top 3 picks, we have Danger, who has a very, rather speculative ELO ranking, but he is still projected to go 3rd.
You know what the funny thing about this is? The funny thing about this is Danger actually raced last night.
Did he?
Okay. Yeah, he raced. So he will have a ELO in roughly about like a couple of days when Ross gets around to it.
Yeah, but it's still updated from like last time he raced, 2 years ago. So, yeah. So, apart from Danger, we also have Fred Monster for Starbucks, projected pick number 2, and Young Sappy for FedEx, arguably one of the best looking liveries out there, by the way, projected the 1st overall pick.
I think he's more than just projected it. Look at this screen. Jesus Christ.
It is a little bit more wide open. A tiny bit.
I thought to say it's a little bit more than mine. You can actually read the FedEx. I don't know if that's the right white writing. That helps that.
But because there are only 3 drivers to pull from in this case, it is a little bit more open for, possibilities of somebody jumping up or down. But the chances of Sappy getting the 1st pick are so high that it'll be such a surprise if he doesn't.
Headline news if he doesn't.
Yes.
Whoever jumps him, if there is a jumper into the 1st spot.
Yeah.
I reckon they'll be elated. I am also Sappy said I'll drop out if he doesn't get number 1. Danger is Uber. Yep.
So what drivers do we have in terms of your predictions for the top 3 in the draft board?
All right. Let me get this up again real quick. So in terms of the top 3, when my phone decides to load, I have current, I believe actually after last night, Tier 1 champion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure. Very close to. H Racing Green's in there.
I think he is the champion.
2-time, was back-to-back reigning champion up until now when H Racing Green had Zico in there as well. And I have Miller's from eSports as well.
So at this point, it doesn't... I mean, you would want to be first to have, a complete freedom in who you're picking. But basically, if you are in the top 3, you're getting one of the best drivers in the league regardless. So it's not that big of a deal dropping to 3rd. Obviously, not ideal, but it's still guaranteed top drivers.
Yeah, if you get if in these top 3 picks, if you do it right, and I'm not influencing anyone's picks in the slightest here, you feel free. That was just my opinions and all that stuff. Take that as you wish. But if you get in these top 3, you will almost certainly get a race winner. Someone who can turn this on its head. As in when you put them in, they can and probably will win the race for you, unless they are pitted against each other, in which toss a coin.
Yes.
Any of them can win in any car at all. So
the thing about these top 3 drivers is that because especially in these kind of events, it is very important to remember that we're driving like a bunch of different cars. It's not just group 3, group 4, it's just completely random cars sometimes. And when you get to the lower picks, you kind of want to see and guess maybe whether the driver is good in different cars. But when you're talking about these top 3 picks, these guys are going to be at least like somewhat good. Always at the top, regardless of the car. There's not going to be any car that they're not going to be able to drive to a certain level that's probably top level. So you are pretty safe if you are in the top 3.
Yeah, I reckon any of the drivers realistically at the top, and if people are going to take a more thorough look than what we just presented here, they quite frankly should win you races. We've got group 3s, we've got group 4s, we've got group 1s and 2s as well. Yeah. These kind of guys will win you races in the group cards without any shadow of a doubt. Whether or not they win in the road cards is something entirely different. I'd like roll it back to the last Nations Cup.
Yeah.
We went to Goodwood, the Hondas. I beat people like Capel and Alessandro in that race, and that is not something that happens every day of the week. So, you know, it's not guaranteed. It's definitely not guaranteed. But you are going to get a game changer.
Miller's asking how many races of the championship do you need to do. So you cannot do all the races, and you need to do at least one race. These are the rules.
Yeah, it's the same rules that we have when we do Nations Cup, and that will come back in 2 seasons' time from the end of this one. But yeah, you need to do one race for certain. If you signed up, you need to do one race because there's no point of signing up if you're not going to do any of the races. That I feel like that defeats the purpose. But you can't do all of them purely because if you do all of them, we're just going to see people shove in their tier 1 driver and go, hey, carriers. Yeah. And we're not allowing that either. You've got to win through your entire team, otherwise you don't get it at all. And in each race, there will be 3 drivers per team. In the group stages of these, we'll go through this now. We'll go through it again when we roll through the group stages in a minute. But in the group stages, you will race the teams in the same group as you. So if you are drawn with, I don't know, say Coca-Cola got drawn with FedEx, they got drawn with Aero, and they got drawn with OBB. We will race my team will race the other 3 teams in that group, and that's it up until the end of the group stage. So it's 3 drivers per team.
Yes.
In each race.
Right.
But yeah.
I think it's time to spin for number 3, for pick number 3. Let me shuffle real quick. And stop. There we go. And let us roll.
There is purple there somewhere. I'm not sure, but
it turns out, which is good. Right, pick number 3 is going to go to...
Come on, if it is FedEx, this would be absolutely hilarious.
Well, it's not going to be FedEx.
It isn't, no. It's Uber.
It's Uber.
It's Uber. It's definitely Uber. That's not rolling all the way around the Starbucks.
It's stopping soon. There we go. Danger with Uber staying a 3rd. As projected. Let's hide.
Yeah.
Remove all the Ooh. There's still that's
we can see FedEx. That's a lot of green. That is a lot of green.
Right. Now the last prediction of the draft lottery between Fred and Young Sappy. Fred representing Starbucks and Young Sappy representing FedEx. Let's run it for 2 minutes. Start prediction. There you go.
Who's getting second pick?
Yep.
We go Fred. Quite frankly,
the chances are massive. So we're
that's
talking
far too
about
much green.
looks like 90% chance for Starbucks.
90.
90.
Jesus.
Yeah. There is still about a 10% chance for FedEx to drop to second, but if I could vote, if I could predict, I'd go Starbucks because it's just mathematically reasonable.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. I think it's well and truly. I reckon it would be one of the biggest upsets we've seen in a long time if it's not FedEx. If this is not Starbucks, sorry. If it is FedEx.
Yeah, 100%. All right, let's see what the predictions are looking like.
Ooh. Hanging on a prayer, I think, is the definition of this.
59% for Fred with Starbucks. Still 41%, 2,000 coins on Sappy and FedEx dropping to pick 2. 3,000.
Everyone believes in a miracle.
There are more coins on Sappy with a 10% chance. These people in the chat are gambling addicts. I'm telling you right now, these people are not okay.
To put it into perspective, that's 3,000 coins hanging on a miracle.
Yes. There are more, so it's not just one person being crazy. There are more people actually betting on Sappy than on Fred. This is insane. All right, well, you guys need to find help, and we are gonna go spin the wheel for the second pick. All right, let me shuffle it good, many times. There we go. All right, pick number 2 goes to. Imagine if it's actually Sappy.
Go on. You know you're on a wheel.
No, it's gonna roll past. No, look, there's a massive chunk of green, and it's slowing down.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be FedEx. Yeah. You guys are weird. I'm not gonna... There we go. So, the top 3 stay as they should, with Fred getting the second pick.
Yeah. No surprises from the front 3.
Yes. Which is kind of good. So, all in all, we only have 2 movements. So, you and Fancy switching positions. You dropping to 5th, Fancy jumping to 4th. Oh, no, actually 3. Sorry. Gilles jumped up to 6th as well from 7th. And then BX jumping to 10th. With Caplero for Caterpillar dropping to 11th. So, all in all, not bad. Not bad. I'm not happy with 12th pick, but that was to be expected. How are you feeling about your 5th pick instead of 4th?
I honestly was expecting worse. I was expecting worse. I think that the level between the front 5 in particular there's a 5 or 6 guys, which is hit and miss in terms of how good they are in other cars, etc., etc. I genuinely think you can get a race winner all the way down to like 6th or 7th. So I am not disappointed in the slightest.
Yeah, still. Yeah. I mean, with the quality of drivers that we have, the difference between 4th and 5th isn't that big. You lose basically like just a little bit of freedom, but you're still gonna get a top level driver, 100%. Especially if somebody at the top doesn't really know what they're doing. I hope they do.
I hope they didn't watch this stream.
Yeah. Right, we still do have one more thing to do, which is to sort out the groups that are going to be racing in the group stage. Let me prepare everything. So we're going to switch to that, and we're going to switch to that. There we go.
Did Auto just ask if we can roll and gamble pick 1? What would the gamble even be?
Sometimes you need to stop. Sometimes gambling gets to your head a little bit. Right. Open.
That's why we're only allowed to legally do one of these a year.
Yes. Do we want gambling for this, or is it too much? I'm afraid about asking people in the chat because I know what they're gonna say. They're addicts.
Young Sappy selling first pick. How much?
I actually should have
definitely not condoning trades.
I should have named these groups Group A, Group B, and so on, not Group 1, Group 2, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. Right, so this is Group 1. Let me just double check. Yes, this is Group 1. Okay. Right. What do you say? Do we do gambling for this? Can I even put... I don't think I can put 10 or 12 options in the gambling thing. I don't think it's possible.
They're gonna say we can do it from like 10th. If you can only fit 10, then we can do it from like 10th onwards, I guess.
Yeah. Let's do the first ones just like this, and then one thing yeah, go on.
It also opens up. We can go will X versus X kind of gambling predictions as well.
Yeah.
Like where we can try and predict who is going into what group.
Oh, yeah, but this is the thing. How do we want to do it? Do we want to fill out Group 1 first and then move to Group 2, or do we do Group 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3?
1, 2, 3. Yes. I reckon it's more exciting that way.
Yeah.
Otto just said, no, I think we should not gamble and act like mature adults.
Well, people spoke, so no gamble. At least for the first two. No gambling for the first two. Because I can't put this many options in the predictor.
That's it, but it's also Otto, so he's definitely saying that just so you do the opposite.
Right, let me shuffle this real quick. So we're going to be selecting the team. All of them have equal chances now because it doesn't matter who goes into what group. This is going to be the first team that will go into Group 1. Did we have...
Whilst we're...
Yeah, go on.
Go on, I'll let you go first.
Did we have a group of death last time? Because I think we did. I don't remember exactly, but I think there was one very strong group.
Yeah, there was. That is very much rolling toward the red part. Yes. I guess I'm going to wait. I'm going to be first off the board, and I'm going to wait to see who I'm facing.
Right. So, Coca-Cola is the first team.
Right, I get the longest rate.
Yeah. To go to Group 1. Remove, and let's go straight to the next one.
I was about to say that we try and ask, who do you want to avoid? If you were going into a group and you had to think, what kind of group would you like to avoid?
I would definitely I would like to avoid the teams with the top 3 picks, because those guys, I'm not going to overtake any of those guys who are picked in the top 3. I would also like to avoid the likes of BX, CMP, Matty, Cap. So ideally, I want to be in the group with you and the rest of those picking around you, because this is like the perfect middle ground, because I know there we could make more of a difference instead of competing against the top guys, which are going to be those who are picked at the top, or those who are picking at the bottom because they're fast captains.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. I just want to... I think personally I would like to avoid... Just flat out avoid that Group 3. The Group 3, the picks 8 through 12. I want to flat out avoid those guys if I can avoid it. So that was Danger, and now we do actually... Can you fit 10 in the predictor?
Yes, I definitely can. Yeah, let me do that.
So we can return to money gambling. Now we've got myself and Danger off the board.
Yeah.
We can gamble on who's going to be the third person into a group. Don't forget there's only 12 teams, so it's 3 groups of 4 teams apiece. Me and Danger will now have to wait to see who we are going to be facing. We don't get to... we get to figure it out as we go along. And not have to kind of get to pick where we want to be. We're kind of saddled with whoever it is.
There we go. Oh no, I missed 6th. There we go. Yeah, so 10 is the max that I can put in. Let's do it for 1 minute to not drag this out too much. There we go. The prediction is up. And
Jill said he wants an Oreo versus Coke.
Oreo versus Coke would be good. Important thing to remember, and I know you guys heard this already, but in case you didn't, in the group stage, you are only racing against the teams within your group. So whoever gets into Group 1, I think we're going to rename it Group A, but we'll see. Whoever gets into Group 1 is only going to race the teams within that group for the first, 4 days, I think the group stage is? 4 days?
Yeah,
and after that, if you're not in the top 2 within your group, you go into the last chance race, and there you can still progress through to the semifinals. So if you end up in the group of death, this is still not the end of the world. I think we did have last time like a very strong group, and there was a team that ended up 3rd, and they just smoked everyone in the second chance just because their group was so strong.
Yeah, they ended up getting to the final, I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah. All right, so there are... Oh, Starbucks somehow has 1,000 on it. I'm pretty sure it's also putting money on it. Let's go. Let's spin. Let me shuffle real quick. And this is the first team that's going to go into Group 3. So ideally, I wanted... Actually, I don't care. I was about to say I don't want it to be me. But at this point, it's too difficult to say.
It's not going to be you.
Yeah, it's not going to be me.
It's not going to be you. It might be Fancy Locks, though.
If it's Starbucks, who the hell just...
If
it's Auto, he knows something. This man cannot be winning so many predictions. Insane.
It was Starbucks number 6 by any chance? In the way you ordered it?
Maybe. It was number 6, yes.
Oh my god, it was Auto.
This is insane. This is not okay. So Starbucks is the first team to go into Group 3. Now, it's going to be Starbucks selected, choose outcome. There we go. Start prediction. Now all the same, but without Starbucks. There we go. Minute. There we go. Confirm prediction. Now, this is going to be... So, you, Pyro, your team is so far the first and the only one in Group 1. Who do you want to be next? Which team do you want to face against?
I want Fancy.
Right.
I want MS teams.
Any particular reason? Or just because it's within that middle group?
Because Fancy... I have got the impression... he's been joking a lot in the chat, but Fancy in particular, that I don't feel like he's taking this all that seriously. And that's the kind of person I want to face. I don't want to face someone who has actually invested time to figuring out what their team is going to be. Because then they're dangerous and know what they're doing.
yeah, that's fair. I agree. All right, we're going to wait for a few minutes because apparently people are seeing ads and there's nothing I can do with them. I've already delayed them as much as I could. I've started them while the countdown was on. I delayed them
Someone
twice.
Got 5 minutes of ads.
And it's apparently while we have a break, I might cut it out from the actual YouTube bot. They seem to be insanely random. They're supposed to be 3 minutes, but people are getting either 1 or 5 minutes. And I cannot control it in any way, shape, or form. It's just out of my control. The only thing I
got 1.5.
The only thing I could do is what I do, I shove them all together so you get an hour of no ads, but then a bigger break. So at least you're not interrupted by them all the time. But there's I'm doing as much as I can be doing against them, but I cannot turn them off completely, otherwise you guys would have no gambling. Simple as that.
That's an Iggy stream in my ads.
Yeah. Somehow ended up there on accident. I might, you know what, while we wait, I might restart the prediction. Just so...
Give them a couple minutes.
Yeah. I'm going to delete this prediction and return points, and I'm just going to restart it. Start prediction, same. There's no, 9 teams. Oh no, wait. Starbucks shouldn't be there anymore. And give it 2 minutes. Start the prediction. There we go. That should be enough. Right. So you're saying you want Fancy only because, well, not only, but partially because it is someone who seemingly doesn't take it seriously, and you kind of want. I do agree that you do want to be racing against those teams.
I want to be racing not only against the people that are picking in and around me, so I'll have at least one driver of the same quality, but I really want to be driving against someone who doesn't necessarily put as much work into it or doesn't know what they're doing as much. That's what I want. I know if I get you, if I get BX, they're just going to look at data and go, oh, you, and you, and you. And then I'm like, well, you just took my entire team.
But the thing is, Fancy, if we imagine that Fancy doesn't take it seriously, he could still pick people who would take it seriously. So I guess, you do get at least one driver who's not too bothered about it, but you can't guarantee that the whole team is going to be like this.
Oh, I can't. No, you're absolutely right. But I do have to go based off you asked me this now and not next Friday.
Yeah.
That is, hindsight is obviously going to be 2020 when we come back and almost certainly ask each other this question next week. But I personally would want someone who. The answer is going to change when I see the draft and the teams that have been drafted. Sick Boy last time out is someone who I would been. Yes, I want to definitely avoid Sick Boy and that kind of guy because he was good in random ass cars. Yeah. But then you saw the team he drafted him, and then you're like, well, now I really want to face him because there's no way that's getting out of a group.
Yes. Right. Looks like, at least in theory, all the ad breaks are over, so we can finally get on with our group seedings. Now, the second team to go to Group 1 to join Coca-Cola is going to be... I've got a feeling it's going to be BX.
Imagine the scene if it's you.
Ooh. It is... No, it's going to go past me. But it might stop on BX. Or is it going to be Oreo? Hold on. It's going to tick over to 6th, is it? Yes, it is gonna be BX with 6. So all the talk about avoiding these kind of guys is over.
No. Oh, it was split between the two people who actually have access to the main data of. Okay. That could not have gone much worse. At least I'll have a higher pick. The only difference is I have to go after BX. Great.
Right. Now the next group. Well, actually, now I don't really have a group that I would want to be in. Because we're now going to be picking the second team for Group 2, where Uber is there. And this is a top 3 picking team. But Group 3 has Starbucks as well. There's another top 3 picking team. And I don't want to go into Group 1 as well, because there's BX there already. So at this point, it doesn't really matter. I don't care where I go at this point. But if I had to pick, I would want to go in a group with you and BX, because I know me and BX always have amazing battles. When it's not... I mean, in any race, to be honest. Me and BX always end up next to each other and having great races. So I would not want to be in Group 2 right now.
I absolutely love how we have two very polarizing views of it. Because I'm just like, how can I win?
Well, at this point, I realized I'm not going to get an easy group, so I might as well go for something that's enjoyable.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to get potentially easy group on paper anyway.
Yeah.
People get... If our theory is correct, obviously.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was you, I would be wanting to avoid my group at all costs at this point. Mainly because me and BX both have access to main Monday data, and we both know what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah. Right. So team number 2 for group number 2 is between Sketches and Caterpillar. Another one of those top captains, and it is gonna be Caterpillar with Caplero.
Oh, move down in the pick that has to go against number 2.
Yeah. No, number 3 pick.
Number.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
number
this
3.
is
Yes,
Danger. Yeah, this is Danger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, got them the wrong way around. But go against number 3.
Also, did you once again vote for Caterpillar? Yeah, he did. This man needs to be banned from all casinos in the world. And online as well, by the looks of it. Right, Caterpillar deleted. Now for the team that's going to join Starbucks. Now this is not much better because this is the team picking second. So you're definitely going to get those like top drivers. So you don't, I mean, at this point, you don't want to be anywhere because both, at this point, Group 1 is looking better than Group 2 because Group 2 now has a top tier captain against a top tier driver being picked, what, third? So, you know, already shaping up like a bit of a group of death, you know?
Especially if there's imagine if you and CMP, for example, find your way into that group. That could be poor. There'll be some that are in a little bit of trouble if that's the case.
Yeah. But I think, to be honest, with the way we've done the draft lottery right now, pretty much every single group is going to be a group of death. Unless there's just one with, you know, with picks 4, 5, 6, and 7 together, which is not going to happen already. So every single group is going to be a difficult group.
Yeah.
Right. Let us shuffle. Second team to go to Group 3 to join Starbucks, who is pick number 2 in the draft. It's not going to be me.
It might be Jill, though. Or is it going to be Sappy?
Or Imagine picks
is it
one. It is.
It's 1 and 2. Oh, okay.
2. What a group. Now, I do not want to be there. I'm fine with the other 2. This, I do not want to be there. Please do not put me there. FedEx.
Now, this is interesting. Because the strategy is when you're looking at these groups, and obviously you're in a better position to tell them than me, but you're looking at that, and yes, they will have 2 of the best drivers available.
Yes.
But they also, by nature, are some of the slower captain I put on in air quotes. So, in a team-based game, where there'd be 4 or 5 people on a team, and everyone has to race once, they can't always just rely on that massive driver.
Yes.
Do you wish to go, like, would it be more sensible, thinking on a team basis, to just go into that group? And
honestly,
be safe going against someone who may be tier 4, maybe tier 5.
Honestly, that's actually a very good point, because I'm still picking 12. And at the end of the first round, we're going to have a tier 5 or tier 4 driver with the best driver in the league. But I'm also going to have myself, which I like to think still tier 1, with a good, like, top level tier 2 or bottom tier 1 driver, which is stronger, I think. Because it's, as you said, it's a team-based event. So you do want to have the stronger team. And I think in this case, I still have a stronger team. So this is a very good point. There is an opportunity to knock one of those stronger drivers out if you end up in this group.
Yeah. And that's where I'm thinking on paper, yes, they get a higher driver, but when you feel like that's half their team fleshed out, you kind of have to you then have to figure out how well are they going to pick that second and third round. And if the answer is you don't really know how they're going to pick that first, second, or third round, I'd probably hedge my bets with wanting to be in that group. That
is a good point. Now, time for Group 1 again. Who is going to join Pyro with Coca-Cola and BX with 6th in Group number 1?
For the love of God, don't be anyone. don't be anyone in that Group 3. I've already suffered enough.
Oh, it might
Oh
be
no.
either me
Oh no.
or
Oh
or
no.
Matty.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, is it gonna? Who is it
Oh.
gonna be? I think it's gonna be Cosmopolitan. It is gonna be Matty. Is it? Yes. Now this is a very bad quote unquote team to go against because Matty is a very fast driver and he's picking eighth. Eighth.
Oh no.
But he is going up against BX, who's picking what, 2 picks after him. Oh boy, what a group that is.
Well, wow. Oh no.
Okay, Cosmopolitan the prediction. Start prediction.
Matty, you're annoyed that you've got to fight BX. Imagine being me, who has gone from a potentially fine middle of the road team to, oh my god, I'm going to be getting walloped. Oh, sake.
Now, with the group 2 now being on the clock, this is probably the easiest out of the 3 so far. Just because you do have a top picking team, but still pick number 3. And Cap, who also fell down a position. So this is, like, on paper, math-based, should be the easier group. So you kind of do want to end up in here, regardless of what team you're in.
Regardless of what you got left, you just don't want to be in group 1. You should just avoid it at all costs.
Yes. Because if you are in group 1, you have basically a coin flip, maybe even a higher chance of ending up in the last chance race. And because the competition in the last chance race is going to be so high, and you only have 2 drivers to rely on, and you need to be top 2 out of 6 teams, it's a bit of it's a dangerous situation to be in. So ideally, you do want to avoid the last chance race. But can you if you are in group 1? All right.
I'm about to find out.
Let's roll.
Depressingly, but I'm about to find out.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I'd rather it just go all in and just fill my group with 2 absolute stacked seeds. At least I could then feel sorry for myself in peace. I think we might be getting one of that group 2 into group 2, which means
yes.
Of the 4 left, there's 2. There's 2 group 3 captains in you and CMP.
Yep.
And one of the highest drivers in tier 3 right now, and well, a Jules that is slowly but surely coming back to form. Yeah. And also up on where he should be in the pick, so he's picking 6 instead of 7. So I don't like the situation at all here, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah, as Matty said, Group 2 is a lot easier right now, comparatively speaking to others. Because it is like dancing around that, those 4th to 7th pick, more or less. At least compared to others.
Mm-hmm. Deco, Danger, and Kepler are in the group. Compared to me, BX, and Matty. Just for reference. And while Kepler is exceptionally good in random cars, or has been in the past, Radicals, all that time, that was a long time ago, but when he first joined the league in those Radicals, he definitely proved that. I don't know if he's on the same level as both, if you compare him to both BX and Matty and company.
And to be honest, he's picking below them. So even if he is on the same level, like personally pace-wise, he is a few picks below them. So it's not going to be great. So for Cap, it's actually good to end up in a group like this, regardless of who's going to be their 4th team.
Probably the easiest route for him at this point.
Yes, yeah. All right.
Who's going in with pick 1 and pick 2?
It's going to be a dangerous group. At this point, I do want to be in group 1. I just want to go all in there. Let's see. Oh, it might actually be me. Hold on. Yeah, it is going to be me. It is going to be OBB.
It is, yeah. So you're in with pick 1 and pick 2.
All right. So I'm actually okay. I'm happy with this. I don't like that I'm missing out on racing against BX, but this is a good group to be in my position.
I was about to say, because we made the points earlier that yeah, they have pick 1 and pick 2, but they're also picking. They're also the slower captains themselves. So on paper, and this is a purely on paper statement.
Yes.
I'd like to make that very clear. That should be the easiest group.
Yeah.
It's just figuring out what they're going to do with pick 1 and pick 2, which we will figure out this time next week. Well, not this week. Well, Friday next week.
Yeah.
I forget it's Tuesday. I just assumed everything we do is on Friday at this point.
Now,
yeah.
So you're looking, you know your group. You only got one more team to fill out in your group. Out of these 3, who would you like to go against?
So I don't have a preference here, and this is I'm going to explain why I don't have a preference here, because all 3 of these in this particular group would have a storyline we could ride with. And the reason I say that is because Deco and me are essentially identical. We've been the same pace for ever at this point. We're both on that teetering edge of tier 2, tier 3. We're both yo-yos, etc., etc. So he would be identical to my pace, realistically. CMP being in here in sketches, well, then you have CMP versus BX. And that's... I mean, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see them both on separate teams. They are on separate teams. They're both captains.
Yep.
Have them fight straight away. I think I could live with that. And then I want to take the piss out of be in a party and take the piss out of Jill for 4 nights. So, you know, I don't have a preference. I just think it would be funny to see CBX versus CMP straight away.
Agree.
Even if that does mean I'm probably coming last.
Well, you still got the last chance.
On paper.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out with paper, because I could just draft a massive team and blow them out the park. But we will see as we go along. Bear in mind, it's a team game.
Right, the last team to go into Group 1 to join Coca-Cola 6th and Cosmopolitan.
Oh, we might be getting it. We might be getting it.
Yes, we are.
We're going to get it. We are getting CMP versus BX. Oh, straight away.
What a group. Right. Sketches with CMP completing Group 1.
You know how I said right at the start of this, when I got into the group, I just want to avoid the Group 3 teams.
You did not, just at all.
The wheel was obviously listening to me and went, no. Because now I have 3 Group 3 captains in that group.
Now, seeing this, so we only have Oreo and GoDaddy left on the board, which are picking 6 and 7, I think. So Oreo with Jill is pick 7, and GoDaddy with Deco is pick 7. Sorry, Jill pick 6. I'm happy with any of them. So I'm happy with my group 100%.
Yeah, I can't imagine why. God fucking damn it, man.
So
I've been trying to limit my swearing the entire time, but God damn it.
It's not possible. With these kind of wheel spins, it's not possible. So I think looking at this, regardless of who goes where, because Oreo and GoDaddy are pretty equal, I think Group 1 is officially the group of death, 100%.
What gives you that idea?
Group 2 is actually... It's very well balanced because you've got teams from all 3 groups from the draft. And Group 3 is very much up and down. So you have the top 2 picks and then myself with the lowest pick. But I do like my odds because, as I said before, just purely based on the team aspect of it, and mathematically, I should have the better team. Because even by pick 24, we should still be in like low tier 3 territory, while the top picking captains are tier 4 and tier 5. So just looking at that, just on paper, I should be safe in that group, but you never know.
Hindsight will be 2020 next week. That's the fucking time.
Yeah. Right. Let's shuffle, although I don't know how much difference it makes. And let's roll the team that is going to complete Group 2.
Who are we getting? Who are we getting in this
I think
group?
it's going to be Oreo.
Deco or Jill? I think it is as well.
Yes.
Jill in with Kepler. I feel like Jill will be happy with that. I think he will be very happy with that. He avoids pick 1 and pick 2.
Yep.
He only has to deal with pick 3 in Denger's team, and then he's got to deal with Kepler as well. I think he'll be perfectly happy with what he just got.
Yep. Right. So with the draft lottery over and with the group seeding, so we have 3 groups. Just, as a quick summary. You know what? Before we wrap it up, let me get your predictions for the top 2 teams that are going to qualify to semifinals straight away from the group stage for each group, starting with Group 1.
Starting with Group 1, I think the order is going to be 6th Skechers, Matty's team, and myself. I think on paper, the only thing I've got to go off is just the 4 drivers listed at the moment. I think that is how that's going to end. However, that changed wildly next week if, for example, one of the top 3 doesn't go by design.
Yeah.
Goes a little bit wild, and I get, I don't know, like Zico for me, for example.
Yeah,
it's not
happening. You're picking 5th. It is not happening. I'm just going to tell you that right now for free.
but let me live in my delusions.
Yes. Fair.
If that happens, then everything will change very, very quickly, won't it?
Yeah.
I think Group 2, so you've got Kepler, Jill, Fancy, and Danger. I think Danger ends bottom, despite having 3rd pick. I think Fancy, Jill, Kepler. I think that having that main driver already, and knowing that the first round is going to be essentially full of tier 1 drivers, I just don't see how you beat 2 tier 1 drivers unless you have 2 tier 1 drivers yourself.
Yeah.
Which you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle getting that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not a tier 1 driver in your own right.
Yeah.
And then in your group, well, you're gonna win your group.
Well, I don't know.
I don't think that's gonna be particularly close either. I just don't know how Sappy and Fred are going to draft.
Yes, that's a good point. Those are high picks, but we don't know how they're going to go about it.
I'm going to go with Fred 2nd, Deco 3rd, Sappy 4th.
Okay, so Sappy following all the way.
I just think I don't know how that's going to balance out between tier 5 and tier 1. Or eSports, if it is that. I just don't know how that balances out as team. I'm not convinced.
Well, the thing is, for Sappy, for anyone picking in the top 3, so Sappy, Fred, and Danger, their most important picks aren't actually those first round picks. Those are the 2nd and 3rd round picks. Because, the level, they're obviously going to get the top driver. But this top driver is going to need help. So if I were them, I would actually concentrate on the 2nd and 3rd round and actually scouting the drivers who might be there. Because these are going to be the picks that are going to make the difference.
100%. Me and Asad are roughly on the same page, because the only one different is he thinks Matt is going through, or I think BX will go through.
Yeah.
Everything else is the same. What's your predictions, out of curiosity?
So from Group 1, I think Sketches with CMP is actually going to win the group. And right now, I'm going off mostly of the captains. And I know CMP is insane in random cars. I'm not saying BX is slow, but CMP is just different when it comes to like road cars and just obscure cars that no one has ever driven before. And we've seen that before, even with the Nations Cup, with the Champions Cup, the first edition of it. Second place, I think it's going to be BX. Third place, it's going to be you with Coca-Cola. And fourth is going to be Matty, purely because I've got a feeling he's going to go for a meme team. And he said himself he's going to go for a meme team. So it might be a team that just doesn't take it too seriously, doesn't practice enough. And practice not in terms of strategy, but in terms of just learning how to drive the car. And the issue with these kind of events, when you don't practice, and you don't have a lot of time to practice because the races are pretty close to each other, you don't get to learn the car. Because when you're driving Group 3, you have a basic idea what car is going to feel like, even if you've never driven it before. But with the random cars that we have for the whole event, you do want to get used to them. You do want to learn them. And if you have a team of people who aren't really bothered by it, even if they're fast, they might just not spend the time to learn the car. It's not necessarily about building the strategy. It's just about getting used to the car. And I've got a feeling they might not do it, depending on who you picks, and we don't know yet, but they might not do it. In terms of the second group, Kep is 100% winning, so Caterpillar is winning the group. But then I kind of feel like it's going to go to Gilles. So Gilles is going to be second. They're going to go with Oreo straight to the semifinals. Then it's going to be Uber with Danger, and then it's going to be Fancy with MS teams. Because I just don't believe in Fancy to build a good team. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't believe in him. And in Group 3, I think it's going to be myself first. Well, my team first, OBB first. FedEx second with Sappy. Deco with GoDaddy third, but very close third. Like, it's going to be very close between second, third, and fourth. And then Fred with Starbucks in fourth. These are my ideas.
I genuinely do think it becomes a lot easier to answer next week when we figure out what drafting strategy everyone has.
100%.
But as of right now, it is extremely dependent on, especially those high picks, on who they draft, who they go for. It's as simple as that. Like, we got a Group 1 car, we got a Group Group 4, I think, was also involved in the groups as well. Like, you can look at the people who have signed up and fairly easily gauge where they should be in certain races. And that's kind of where you've got to pick the strategy from, because people won't know what semi-finals, finals are. As of yet. Pretty sure that's a thing for Friday for one of those. Pretty sure it's. But it's just all about the drafting. You've got to get it right.
Yes. Right. Now, with the draft order said, and with the groups decided as well, all that's left before we begin racing is the draft itself, which is going to be happening, hopefully, most likely, next week on Friday. In terms of time, we haven't decided yet, but we will ping everyone on Discord as always. And yeah, we hope to see all of you there. If you haven't signed up yet, you can still let me or Pyro know in the chat or wherever if you want to sign up. And we'll gladly add you to the pool of the drivers who are going to be picked next week. But for now, this is it, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. See you guys next Friday.
Goodbye, everyone.